be played by Vince Vaughn or Hank Azaria? Or Chandler being played by Craig Bierko or Jon Favreau? And is it true that Ellen DeGeneres turned down the role of Phoebe Buffay? Hi, I'm Dylan, and you're watching Awesome Movies. Let's talk about a parallel universe where all of our favorite characters could have looked completely different. And as always, ladies first, Rachel Green. Believe it or not, but the producers of Friends never had Jennifer Aniston in mind for Rachel Green. It was American actress Tia Leone who they really wanted. But as crazy as it sounds, Leone turned down the role to do another show called The Naked Truth. According to Tia, the show had much more potential than Friends. Right. If you're interested in how things turned out for this show, we have pretty sad news for you. The Naked Truth was canceled after the first 3 seasons. Sometimes an actor's job is like gambling. You never know if your bid is going to be the lucky one or if you're about to lose one of the greatest opportunities of your life. But don't feel sorry for Tia Leone. She has a pretty impressive acting career and has worked on movies like Fun with Dick and Jane, Jurassic Park 3, and Bad Boys. So now we can only imagine what would have happened if she had said yes to Friends back in 1994. Jennifer Aniston wasn't even the casting director's second choice for Rachel Green. Elizabeth Berkley, Jane Krakowski, and Tiffany Thiessen tried their best to get the part, but for different reasons, all of them were rejected. We believe that the saddest rejection reason was for Tiffany Thiessen. She was too young for the role compared to the rest of the cast, because Tiffany was only 20 when Friends premiered. Just so you get the idea, Jennifer Aniston was 25, and she was the youngest of the cast. Poor Tiffany. That moment when you were born a bit too late to get the role of your dreams. And to finish the story about Rachel, let's remember another crazy fact. Most true fans probably already know this. However, if some of you out there don't, here it is. Originally, producers Crane and Kaufman wanted Rachel Green to be played by Courtney Cox. Yes! Can you imagine how different the show would have been in this case? Neither can we. Any guesses why Courtney didn't get the part? No, it's simple. She didn't like the part that much. But what she did like a lot was the role of Rachel's friend Monica Geller, and she did a really great job convincing the producers as they already had some big plans for Monica's part. Let's talk about that for a while. Monica Geller. Have you ever wondered what an audition for Monica looked like? Maybe actresses were supposed to make people eat cookies over the sink or perhaps use the vacuum cleaner, huh? We can only guess what the ladies went through during the audition process and how many of them failed to get the part. Though there were at least 2 actresses worth mentioning. Nancy McKean and Lee Ramini both gave really good performances at the audition for Monica, hands down. They were nearly at the end of the auditioning process where the final decision was about to be made. Here's what happened after they left the casting director's office, according to Lee Ramini. We walked out of the building and into the completely empty parking lot. We chatted on the way to our cars, wishing each other the best, and then we saw Courtney Cox walking toward us, then past us and right into the building. Motherfucker! We both knew it right away. She had the part of Monica. Oh, I know that feeling. At least Lee Ramini had a chance to become a guest star in Friends in The One with the Birth, where she played a single mom giving birth right in the same hospital as Carol. A tiny consolation prize, huh? But do you want to hear the worst thing that happened to an actress who wanted Monica's part? I know you do. Her name is Janeane Garofalo, and she didn't get the role that David Crane, the Friends creator, initially intended to give to her. That's right, David Crane wrote Monica's part specifically for Janeane. So what could ever go wrong here, you may ask? It was Courtney Cox and her brilliant performance that persuaded Crane to give her the part and leave Janeane Garofalo out of Friends. Life is tough, guys. Life is tough. Phoebe Buffay. Let's start this with Ellen DeGeneres. One of the most intriguing rumors regarding Phoebe's role is about Ellen rejecting the part. Yes, the rumor is so strong and all around that you've probably heard it or read about it somewhere. So now it's time to clear things up. Did this really happen? Was Ellen ever supposed to play the part of Phoebe? Or is this nothing but a rumor? And the answer is, yes, it's a rumor. In Ellen's interview with Howard Stern in 2015, she denied the fact that she was ever offered the role of Phoebe. The truth is that her own TV sitcom premiered nearly at the same time Friends did. Now, we know her sitcom as Ellen, but it was initially called These Friends of Mine, which is pretty similar to Friends, right? Nobody knows for sure, but that's probably how the rumor got started. And maybe it was for the best that Ellen never took the part. Because hey, she would definitely have stolen the entire show. Anyways, let's move to actresses that really could have gotten the part of Phoebe Buffay, but for some reason didn't. There were 2 frontrunners, Jane Lynch and Kathy Griffin. According to Kathy, Almost all of her girlfriends from Hollywood auditioned for at least one of the female roles from Friends, and Kathy also took her chance. 'Cause why not try, right? But just for a second, can you imagine Phoebe as a ginger? And Ursula too, of course. Or maybe Kathy would have gone blonde especially for the part? Guess we'll never know that either. What we know for sure is that both Kathy Griffin and Jane Lynch became really good friends while the casting process was going on. Isn't that sweet? To become friends while auditioning for a show called Friends? And don't worry about their careers, they both seem to do quite nicely. Especially Jane Lynch with her terrific success on Glee. And Kathy Griffin managed to get her name in the credits of Pulp Fiction. Yes, she appeared in a short scene, but still, it's legendary. Now, what about the male characters? Ross Geller. Okay, this is the shortest part of our video, because there's probably only one man in the world, except for David Schwimmer, of course, who auditioned for the role of Ross Geller. Any ideas why? Is it because Ross is a super complicated character to portray? Or was everyone but this single candidate already aware that no one can outperform David Schwimmer on this one? Well, kind of. It was Canadian-American actor and singer Eric McCormick who dared to try his actor's muscles and compete for Ross's part. He even auditioned for the role twice. Can you imagine his surprise when, several years later, he was working on another show called Will and Grace, and all of a sudden the director Jimmy Burrows, who worked for the first 12 episodes of Friends, told him that Ross Geller was written specifically for David Schwimmer? "Honey, you are wasting your time. They wrote the part for Schwimmer," said Jimmy. Whoopsie. Ironically, David Schwimmer didn't even want to take the part at first. So was the audition with Eric McCormick just a plan B for the producers? Could be. Anyway, a bit later, Schwimmer changed his mind, and the rest is history. And most probably, somewhere in an alternate universe, Ross Geller is less of a charming neurotic, and Will and Grace has another co-lead actor. David Schwimmer, maybe? Who knows? Chandler Bing. Most of the die-hard fans have heard that Matthew Perry almost rejected the part of Chandler because of his job on Fox's pilot. And it was a mysterious coincidence that this show got canceled all of a sudden. As a result, Matthew had an opportunity to take NBC's offer. But before this happened, there was a line of impressive actors who were looked at to take the part of Chandler Bing. The funniest, and saddest case, happened to American actor and comedian Jon Cryer. At the moment he was needed in the US to audition, he was busy doing a play in London. What timing, right? But he wanted the part so much that he filmed a tape with his performance and sent it straight to the casting agents. Sadly, the tape got stuck at customs and didn't make it in time. We're so sorry, Jon Cryer. The very first choice for Chandler was American actor and singer Craig Bierko. The funny thing about Bierko is that he was trained for his audition by none other than Matthew Perry. Before Perry got the chance to audition, he coached Bierko and helped him to pass the first stage of the casting process. But later, he was rejected. Maybe that had something to do with the way Matthew Perry trained him? Just so you understand how important this part was for the producers, listen to this. They auditioned Jon Favreau for Chandler Bing. The famous actor and director held talks with showrunners way before Matthew Perry did, but for some reason, he turned the part down. Anyway, sometime later, Jon Favreau became a big fan of Friends, and later he agreed to come on the show for several episodes as Monica's rich boyfriend, Peter Becker. We on Awesome Channel have a question. Why the hell did these people reject such great parts? Seriously. Joey Tribbiani. We do feel a little sad for Vince Vaughn. He's a terrific actor, and he had no intentions of rejecting the role of Joey Tribbiani. But he was rejected. As sad as that is. But what was the reason? He gave his best shot at presenting his skills as an actor, and the only reason why he got rejected was Matt LeBlanc. Matt just fit the part better. Sometimes it's about chemistry and the small details you bring to the stage. Probably at that moment, Matt LeBlanc had more of it. Talking of chemistry and other complicated sciences, do you remember the actor who played Phoebe's scientist boyfriend David? Of course you do. But could you imagine him playing the role of Joey? Us either. And we can tell you that this guy, Hank Azaria, wanted the part and struggled for it so bad that he even asked for another audition. Again, just like Vince Vaughn, Hank just didn't have enough chemistry to play Joey. Don't know about you guys, but we think that Mr. Azaria was perfect as Phoebe's boyfriend from Minsk. What do you think? Who's your favorite character from Friends? And can you imagine any other actor playing one of the famous gang members? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching this video. Subscribe to our channel